guys, and welcome to episode 6 of the Eden podcast. It's pretty cool today. We've got Gareth on with us, and Gareth is the owner of a company called Gareth Smyth, and I've personal trained Gareth for a while when I was actually one-to-one PTing, and we're going to go into how he is now been helping us and what me and Jake class as mentoring us without Gareth knowing, in building.
There's a charge for that, isn't there?
There's a charge for that normally. But mentors in building Eden and just racking his brain every single day.
Yeah.
So, Gareth, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Why not? As you said, Hilton Smyth started sort of 2012. On the back of going to uni, having done what I do now, which is selling businesses. Before that, company I worked for at the time went bust a few times, and I thought, well,
was that your fault?
Well, it wasn't. It's a strange coincidence when it happens a few times. You think, shit, that might be me. But I don't think it was. So I went to uni, did a law degree at the time, and then set up, and we're sort of 7 years on.
Nice.
About 50 staff and cover the country. So
Nice.
Bit of growth.
Oh yeah, damn right.
Journey.
So, how old were you when you started that? 2012.
24.
24. That's pretty young then.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Literally. Well, I didn't go to. I did my GCSEs and everything, and I think I did about 3 months at sixth form. And thought, I can't be bothered with this.
Love that. Relate to that.
So left that and went straight working really from there. And,
Any shitty jobs before that,
Oh,
or
God,
straight in? Yeah.
Well, I did chefing for a little bit.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that. Yeah.
You know, a few different places, so that kept it interesting. But other than that, no, it's just really what I do now.
I was trying to think. As soon as you said 2012, I was trying to think what I was doing in 2012. I'm pretty sure I was working in a supermarket then. I feel like
you
I
were
was
definitely working in a supermarket.
I probably
You're a supermarket
was.
king.
Yeah, I was in a freezer somewhere, freezing my ass off with like 17 coats on,
Oh yeah.
stacking boxes of chips.
Yeah. I was at M&S.
Wow.
Taking deliveries
Wow.
and names.
Loving every second of it.
Doing push-ups
Yeah.
instead of doing work.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it was a quick detour, but me and Connor actually challenged each other to do push-ups in the strangest places. So whilst we was at work, and sorry Iceland, but you know it happened. So we was
They will sack you now, don't we?
yeah, no, yeah, it's fine. Who cares? Didn't like the job anyway.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, so I managed to do like, I don't know, maybe 20 clapping press-ups in a freezer, which I still have a video for. Maybe I'll put that up actually. I have a video for you was doing them on the racking, the shelves.
Somewhat fucking random, man. I think I'll still have that video somewhere.
Yeah.
But I remember doing a clap, and it was like a weird thing with my tongue as well. Pretty well done.
Similar before.
Yeah, it's a bit worrying at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was doing in 2012.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So Gareth was trying to run a successful business, and us two were pricking about.
Yeah, wasting time basically.
Yeah. That sums up the last podcast, that.
Yeah, it does, to be fair.
We just told people that our story of being knobs.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, but it's changed now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it does,
massively.
to be fair. Well, I hope so anyway.
I think everyone hits that point though, don't they?
Yeah.
There's like learn from experience and
Yeah, there's a realisation point, I think. It was difficult, I suppose, because running a business isn't for everyone, is it?
No, definitely
as you know now, but I think talking about the success factor and how you become successful. I don't think there's any one key ingredient, but I think you know yourselves now that it's the drive and determination to do something and achieve something, and it pushes you on.
that's a good point.
I think a lot of people have that, like you said, that moment, and I think a lot of people try and push it, maybe trying to find themselves, to use a cliche, but you know, I think it'll happen naturally if you're pursuing things and you're pushing yourself. You'll probably find that thing that is going to be what you're going to do at some point. And you know, that's something we talk about quite a lot, to be fair, like actually starting. So many people have had great ideas and but I'm waiting for this perfect opportunity, I need this qualification first, I need this amount of money in the bank or whatever.
There's no perfect time.
The best advice I always say to people is just start something. Start.
I agree 100%. I think there's too many people that want to do something, and for whatever reason, there's always something saying, "Oh, I can't do it." Whether it's like you say, money, I've not got the money to do it, I can't quit my job, or stuff like that. and you just think, grow a pair of bollocks and
That's
do it
it.
if you want.
And that's where that key ingredient comes in of self-belief.
Yeah.
Because if you've got all these things, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I don't have this, I don't have this. If you had that inner belief that you'd make a success of it no matter what, even like regardless of all these things, then you'd be successful.
Well, we started our business with student overdrafts.
Mate, that's a story and a half, isn't it?
What a way to use it though. I hear so many people who spent it on beer. I know somebody who bought a car with it, and you know, I think that's pretty smart, to be fair.
Yeah.
You're never going to get a better loan.
Talking about the passion and belief going into actually being successful, right?
Yeah. And
yeah.
Gareth, spending your
student loans.
Student loan.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you start a business on a student overdraft, you start a business whenever the fuck you want.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that is not what that money's for.
It's not. I mean, there's an argument saying that, you know, there'll be people that, you know, say, well, you know, you might have lived at home or whatever else, and at the time I did. But I think even now, if I had to do it, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't work for somebody else now. That's just how it is. So if anything happened, I'd have to start again.
Yeah.
I'd have no choice. But I mean, it's not just down to starting a business, is it? I mean, it comes down to anything, whether it's you want to do a better job or even down to the gym. You know, it's. I think if you really want to achieve something, you will.
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think, like I say, too many people. You hear a lot of success stories, and a lot of people kid themselves into thinking that that's come easy or it's come quick.
Yeah.
And that's usually, you know, there'll be some situations out there. It's usually not the case. It's just that's when you've heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard about it now that it's big, now that it's in your face, and you think, oh, where did that come from? That they've come out of nowhere, or they've got lucky, or whatever. You know, I have such an appreciation now for every business that I walk past. If I'm walking down a high street and I see business, shop, bank, whatever, that used to be nothing to me, tunnel vision, or just these are the shops and the things that are around me. Now I'm like, I don't see it as a shop, I see it as an amount of work that has gone into it.
And I think off the back of that, like you said, where let's say you're getting comments of people lucky, people are this, it's not that simple. Like, people don't just have trust funds for them. Do you know what I mean? They don't just have rich parents and that's why they're rich and stuff like that.
They have student loans instead.
They have student loans. Exactly. And those are the most
Cheap interest. It's free.
But if, like, there's no luck involved, and normally, like you say, you only see companies once they've gone through all the shit to start with and overcome all the hurdles to start with. Like, I know, like, the amount of hurdles we've tried to overcome and have.
Still are
in the 6-7 month period of doing this. I guarantee, like, people would have quit by now. If they didn't have that inner drive and determination and belief to actually make something of yourself, they definitely would have quit.
Yeah.
And I know you've told me a few stories in the past about the circumstances you've been in, where there's been like the two of you sleeping in the office and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Who you do, got to do. I think that's the thing, you know.
Sorry, just to take it towards mentoring, did you have anybody that you sort of relied on, that you asked questions to, somebody that you sought advice from?
Yeah, I think a few different people over the years, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do it without that.
No.
I don't care. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that say they can and they do. But there comes a point, I think, whatever situation you're in, where you actually need some accountability. And as determined as you are, you can't always make yourself accountable for everything. And I think, certainly from growing our business, and you get different challenges that go through different phases. You need almost different people at different points.
Different skill sets.
Yeah, absolutely. People that have been there, that have seen it, that know what to expect. And you can't do it without that. I just, you know.
I think it makes sense as well to use your surroundings. So, you know, if you have a friend who's built a business, or you've got, I don't know, maybe your dad has had a successful business or whatever, it'd almost be stupid to not speak to those. Well, it would be stupid to not speak to those people. And you've kind of got to manage your, I don't know, that level of arrogance that you might think you have, in that, oh yeah, I can do this. You know, some people are very determined, like you say, and very one track. And you know, you have to realise that there's people out there around you, probably that you haven't even realised, that, you know, will have some little gems for you, some little tips from the life experience, especially when you're young. Like say you was 24, we're 26 now. You know, we've got a lot of life ahead of us, and you know, there's people that have lived a lot more life than us, and you know what, they've probably learnt a lot more shit than us along that way. So you know, use what's around you, ask questions.
I agree 100%. I think it's really, really important, all of that, and even just making mistakes and not doing things right, because you only learn from them.
Yeah.
But you do get some arrogant people.
And that's it. Part of it's leaving your ego at the door.
Yeah, it is.
Ego's no place.
No.
And if I could give one bit of advice, it's ask questions.
Yeah.
Like I ask you questions all the time. Ask your opinion on stuff.
Stupid questions.
Some stupid questions. But like, there's like maybe 3 or 4 people around us. It's like, well, I'm gonna ask, because I know they'll give good advice. I know they care.
Yeah.
So people will have that around them. It's finding that.
It's surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
which is on you as well to do.
We've touched on that in the past, and that's how you are as a person, how you project yourself. That'll be how you gain those people around you. If you're talking shit, basically, you're not getting serious at any point. You're not telling people your goals. You're not getting into what you want to achieve. People aren't going to know that. They're not going to be able to weigh in and give you that advice and stuff if nobody knows what you're actually aiming for.
Yeah.
And to be fair, from like our point of view, I feel like we've got this unbelievable sort of like support behind us and like mentorship, so to speak, only because what we've either talked about, what we've either achieved, what we've overcome, what people know we're going to create, people feel a vibe in that. I think people genuinely believe in us with it. So if you actually act on and like do what you say you're going to do, I think you develop them people around you, because they also do that. Do you know what I mean? So you do that, and then you kind of have that in common, and you want to help each other out. I think that's just cool. You know what I mean? So
in an ideal world, that's how everything turns around, and that's how everything ticks over. People helping for each other, everybody scratching each other's backs. Might sound a little bit cheesy, but I think it'd be a nice world to live in if that happened all the time, wouldn't it?
Well, but if you attract, like attracts like, doesn't it? So if you've got that outlook and that mentality, you will attract people with a similar output. The skill is getting rid of, weeding out the people that aren't on that page.
And that's a difficult thing to do as well.
We're getting good at that though.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're sick at that now. We're getting good at that.
I was crap at one point, but
I've got some way to go with that, to be fair.
But that's the thing with a vision and a goal, isn't it? And I think if you've got an achievable goal that you really think you can get to, then making those decisions becomes a little bit easier. Maybe not at first, but difficult decisions.
Yeah, I think you realise the benefits of them as well. Like, we've had some really hard conversations since this business started with each other and with people we've worked with along the way. And I think once you've had 1, 2, 3, you see the outcomes that come from them, and then the conversations become easier and easier. At the time, that conversation is the worst thing ever, and you really don't want to do it, and you lose sleep over it or whatever. Maybe you're going to drop your contract, maybe you're going to fire somebody or whatever. But then once you've had that conversation, the relief that comes from it, that that you've done what you said you were going to do, you've had that hard conversation, you've faced the demon sort of thing. You can't put a price on that release, the relief, and the benefits from it. You're just on to the next thing then.
Alone, them conversations and them decisions are what take you to that next level. Find if you don't have them conversations, you sit back on it. For one, you're not being honest with yourself. You're not being honest with like what you want to achieve. You're not being honest with the person you actually want to say it to, or the contractor, whoever it may be, and you're going to stay static.
I think it's because we generally though, whether it be business or whatever, you think with emotion, and that sometimes it does take over.
Massively.
And actually, if we think with your head and this X, Y, Z isn't right, or this needs changing, or that needs dealing with, and you cut the emotion out, you can do it. But it's the hardest part. It's not easy.
Like we've been through a massive learning curve of all that, as you know. And Jake was amazing at that. I'm the hot-headed, emotional one, and Jake seems to be more clear-cut. But it's good. It's bouncing them strengths and knowing where things lie. But like I said, them strengths are just getting better on both of us from having conversations like that.
100%. I don't try and work out numbers anymore. I just let him do it. He doesn't try and be creative anymore. I just do it. We know where our strengths lie and we use them to our advantage.
When Jake writes things down, he just writes gibberish, and I try and actually read it.
That also isn't spelt right as well. My grammar is terrible. Sorry.
This is your grandma then.
I also I do as well. That's a double test.
Don't talk like that.
Let's not be talking like that about my grandma. She's a fantastic baker, okay? So anyway, back on topic. One of the things I wanted to ask you, Gareth, was, I've been wondering it, I thought I'd save it for the podcast.
Go on, get it out. Come on.
I was wondering why university.
What now?
Why university? I know you're doing a masters right now.
Yeah. Become
Fucking
mental.
nuts. Yeah,
I just
exactly.
think there's a lot out there right now that you don't need university, you don't need qualifications, you don't need education. There's a lot of tools out there with the internet and everything. You can make it without that. So I'm just interested why somebody in your position would think, I'm gonna go do a masters.
It's a very good question, actually. I think.
Do you know the answer, or?
I might have been drunk when I did it. I'm not sure. No, I think I agree with you. And there's so many resources, and you don't have to go to university. And I'm a firm believer in that. Like I said, I didn't do very well at school at all. I did all right in my undergraduate degree, and so far, touch wood, I'm on track for a decent innings on this one. But I like learning, and I think if you're interested in something and you want to learn about it, yes, there are free resources, yes, you can use YouTube and all that sort of stuff, but I think if you've got a structured sort of pathway to learn, like a degree structure, and then you go on top of that and look at like YouTube, you can only broaden the knowledge.
True.
And I think the one I'm doing corporate finance, so it's really relevant to selling, buying businesses, but running a business as well. So it's useful and it's hands-on. Yeah. What I would say to anybody that wants to do a degree that's going to be useful, make sure it can be applied. Yeah. Because there's a lot 100%. Where it's all theory and
damn
it's
right.
no good.
There's a lot of people out there with a degree in psychology that are working in supermarkets.
Yes. Yeah. All right, let's twist that round then. What would you say to people who are either currently going through uni or thinking about going to uni or wherever they're at in their life, and they're doing a subject that they hate or aren't going to use? Because for me, I would never, I never even considered uni because it weren't my thing. Yeah. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't going to waste my time. I wasn't going to do anything like that. I know you were the same, weren't you?
Yeah, I was going to do a fine art degree at Manchester University.
That would have been fucking
I would not have used that degree at all.
Yeah. So there's got to be benefits and negatives of that.
Yeah, I mean, if you've decided to do something and ultimately you don't want to do it, I mean, there's the obvious implications of stopping doing that financially. Yeah. So I suppose you've got to see it through in the best way you can. I don't think all is lost because really, I suppose a degree is just showing your ability to learn.
Yeah, showing you're at that level of capability.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that you know where to go for the resources you need. So I don't think it's the end of the world. Yeah. I'd say there's a bigger problem than that, and that's, millennials will hate me for this, but
you're not far off being
not far off. I'm a different, just on the cusp, I think.
You're a baby boomer.
Yeah.
Just.
But they go to university and they don't want to get a job as well.
Yeah.
And I think, for me, I was washing cars at 12, 13 on a Saturday and Sunday earning money. Yeah. And I don't know, I mean, I've got younger brothers, I'm very much in with that sort of younger age group. And a lot of them they just don't have the same values. Yeah. And I think that's a bigger problem than picking the wrong degree or even going to university full stop. Yeah. Just get off your ass and get a job.
Yeah. Do you think that's something that you just had? So do you say your brothers weren't the same, that way inclined, or?
I wouldn't say it like specifically, because they'll probably shoot me, but I think there's a general sort of attitude amongst millennials, and I don't want to generalise because that doesn't apply to everybody, but they have it's almost like they're not in the real world. And they think, well, I'll do a degree and I'll get a really good job.
Some magical job will descend from the sky.
Well, it just doesn't. Yeah. And frankly, who gives a shit? Yeah. What experience have you got? Yep. How can we apply it? And I think that's more important than the degree or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to someone who's either finished uni and doesn't know what to do, or is in a job like me and Jake were and wants to do something else? What would be your best piece of advice for them?
Well, as long as it's sustainable and you think actually I've got a really good chance of doing this, you believe in yourself.
So it comes back to that.
It does. It's all belief.
Yeah, I think it's sort of aligning your goals as well. What do you want the end product to be? If you want to, go in the medical industry, you're probably going to need some qualification.
Yeah.
If you want to open a gym, i.e. us, you don't need shit.
Yeah,
you
could do
you
some fitness knowledge, right?
yeah.
Helps a bit, doesn't it?
But you don't need a qualification that says yes, you are capable to do
Yeah.
that. So I think that's probably a good piece of advice in that think about the end goal. What do you want after that degree, rather than just being I'm doing this degree.
Yeah, well, there's more and more businesses that are forming. I mean, you look at the stats. More and more businesses are being created every year, and unfortunately they don't all work. But I like to call them wantrepreneurs because they think they've got a really good idea. They want to do something about it, but they don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And they might listen to X, Y, and Z and think, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but it's just all hot air.
Yeah. Gary V's got them fired up.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's nailed that market. Now the entrepreneurs.
And why not? He's made a fortune off it. But I think if you really want to do something, do it.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Ultimately.
Just start.
You've
I'm
got
going
to
to get some t-shirts made with that. I love saying that.
Just start. Full stop.
Yeah, you can't have just do it. That's Nike.
Oh shit.
To be honest, the Justin though will probably get sued.
Yeah, probably.
They'll probably trademark.
I'll think it through. I'll do something. There's a market for that, I'm sure.
There's definitely a market for that. It's like we're going into like mentorship and all that. So we've talked about getting the right people around your right support network, taking it to that next level, actually finding a mentor. How did you go about that? So you said you had a few.
Yeah, a few. I mean, some were sort of friends. I think I was lucky enough to go into business with a business partner, and again, you can bounce ideas like you two, I'm sure do, and that always helps. And it's all a bit reassurance when you've got to make a decision.
Yeah.
You can sort of say, "What do you think?"
Yeah.
And
You can blame the other when it goes.
Yeah, well, that's always useful as well. But I think just getting yourself out there. I mean, you do come across people in everyday life that have something to offer, and I think, like you said before, ask questions, and it's surprising who you meet, B, what they do, and see how they can help.
Yeah.
And I think if you ask a question, they'll either know it or they'll probably know somebody that does.
Yep.
So it's just networks. I think build a network for yourself, and that's the key thing for me.
Absolutely. You say you don't know who you're speaking to most of the time. An interaction in a supermarket, you bump trolleys with somebody, that person could be somebody who ends up being a lifelong friend. They could be in a business that relates to your business that you can work together with. Who knows?
You could be getting changed in the changing room of a gym and bump into a guy who offers you work.
Lars, the cameraman, great example from his recent life.
But I found it quite interesting with how I built my network, and I feel the job I did with personal training, I feel so privileged doing that because one, it's a bespoke service that people who want to invest in themselves actually pay for. So you end up with a nice standard of person, right? So like with what I did is build really good relationships with people, learn all about them, and you learn what question to ask each individual.
And obviously,
cool,
I knew you at the time from day one of you doing that, and I've told you a few times, like I was always really jealous of these people that you're meeting because, like you say, it's people who have invested in the fitness and their health, which tend to be people from professional backgrounds, or maybe not, but they're just a very driven person in general. Which has led to some great contacts, some good people you've met through that, and obviously I've met them through that as well.
Yeah, I remember the first bit of like questioning after you obviously you didn't come out and tell me what you did, so to speak. Obviously you get to know someone, you learn a bit more, and then from there it's like, oh right, okay, I better ask some questions here. This guy knows what he's doing. And then when you were sort of questioning me, I was like, have you done this? Have you tried this? What are the numbers for this? I was just over my head every time. Like I've got a lot to learn. And then I'd like relay that back to you constantly. He's like, who is this Gareth guy?
Who is he? Why is he telling me what to do?
I remember.
Andy's right as well.
He's always right. I remember you gave me this one bit of advice. I can't remember exactly what it were, but it was on something to do with advertisement or something. Or I can't remember what it were. But it immediately made us like $1,000. Do you know what I mean? We was up in cash straight away.
I'll let you have my invoice for that.
Yeah. So it was like, there's not.
Did we say $1,000? I meant like £20.
Said it now.
That back there. But it was just like it immediately made us cash. It was like, right, this is good contact now. Do you know what I mean? So developing that relationship. We've got a few people like that, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got some good ones out there. Some family as well, which is always nice. Drawing on family. It's like we said earlier, it's good to acknowledge those people around you as well, because usually, like I say, especially if it's family, they want to help, don't they? So,
Oh yeah.
you know,
I
allowing
think
them
on the
to be
flip
part
side,
of your journey is, you know,
Do you know what?
they enjoy it as well.
The thing is, going to be a lot of people listening right now who are either delving into like business, into trying to work harder, so spending less time with family, spend more time at the gym, so less time with family or friends. So there's going to be them people who don't have the support network, even from mum, dad, partner, brother, sister, like best friend. They're going to be haters, so to speak, and they're going to be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, stay in your lane, have that security. Like, why aren't you home as much? And you're just trying to work your ass off. Like, what do these people do? I know what I do. I know I didn't listen to a fucking word anyone said. I was like, I'm in my lane now, I'm going to show you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was my almost like a bit of an arrogant vibe, but
it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, especially with time commitments. I mean, I suppose for me, running a business, doing a degree, trying to go to the gym, you know, having a relationship and eating and all that sort of stuff. Where do you find the time? Sometimes you feel like it's near impossible. But I think if you've not got people around you again that support you, then you've got to cut them out of your life, because it's just not.
100%.
It's not going to help.
Yeah.
It's always seems so harsh, and people are like, well, I can't cut this person out, but this person genuinely doesn't have your.
They're holding you back, aren't they?
Yeah. It's just wasting your time. It's wasting energy, wasting emotional energy as well, and so it's like, cutting someone out is hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard decision, but a lot of times it's the right decision.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
It's something we've done a few times, and I've never regretted one of them. I'm pretty sure you'll say you've not.
No.
And even if we did, you know, you'll learn something, like we said earlier, from having that conversation. Maybe you did make a snap decision that you shouldn't have done. Maybe it was a little hot-headed. Yeah. But you'll learn from it. You won't do it again. Hopefully.
Yeah, damn right.
And then move on.
Got to learn, haven't you?
So will they as well.
It's just one of those things. I mean, you know, going back to sort of the PT side of things, when you've not got a lot of time, and you need to see some results or whatever it might be, I can't stress enough how important that is. Again, it's that mentorship side, it's that accountability, and it's the same as being in business. You want somebody that can guide you along, that holds you accountable, and you do better. And I think if you just turn up to the gym, you know, you might be really motivated to do it, fine, but for me, when your time's short, you want as much impact as you can in the time you've got, and that's where I think, like, working with you, for instance, really helped.
Wow.
It does, and that's what
That's
you need.
a great place to leave it, though.
Like that.
Yeah. I like to end on a note like that. Little plug for Connor as a personal trainer as well there at the end.
Yeah, prices are
So, that's been episode 6 of the Eden podcast. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Been great to have Gareth on, one of our mentors, whether he likes it or not.
He's only just found this out by now.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, go out, have a good one, enjoy the new year, get back in the gym, look out for Eden. We're going to be all over social media, we're going to be in your face, we're going to be pushing that 50.
Yeah, we are. On top of that, get a goddamn promotion, because you're worth it. Start the business you want to start, get the body you want to fucking have, and just go out and dominate.
Be one of the 50.
Be one of the 50. Fuck it.
50.